Hello, beloved. It is Sunday, February 22nd, 2015. I want to come on here, and I hope this will bring you some encouragement. I want to share with you a dream that I had 2 nights ago. Now, I do want you all to understand that I don't have these types of dreams on a regular occurring basis. It's very, very seldom, but this was so powerful that I have been praying about this, and I'm led to share this with each and every one of you, and I hope it will bless you and bring you encouragement. Now, this was 2 nights ago. I had fallen asleep, and I was dreaming. I was in my truck that I use for our ministry. It was snowing very, very heavily, and I was in the city of Flint. I had the truck loaded with backpacks, and I have a few of the thermal blankets that a viewer and subscriber gave to me to pass out to keep the homeless warm. And I pulled over on a side street off of Fenton Road, a block from Atherton. I knew exactly where I was in the dream, and it was so cold. It was so bitter. And when I pulled over, there was Bob, the homeless gentleman. You may remember from my videos, homeless Bob, who, even though he's homeless, he's walking the streets of Flint, and he has a Bible tract ministry. And let me show you a picture, if I can, of Bob. And that is Bob, and that's who I met. I pulled over on a side street. It's actually right across from where the Flint soup kitchen is. And Bob met me, and he's carrying the thermal blankets that a viewer and subscriber had sent to me, and I've got my arms filled with backpacks, and the snow is blowing, and it's so frigid, it's so bitter, bitter cold, below zero. And we start to walk down Fenton Road, and the ground starts to shake, and it feels like an earthquake, and everything is just shaking. We can hardly stand up. And there is like a tornado coming. The sky was black, and it was like everything began to spin like a tornado or a whirlwind. And Bob says, "Pastor, what's happening? Pastor, what's happening?" And I said, "I don't know, Bob. I don't know." And then he and I together were, I can't explain, it was kind of like we were sucked up into this whirlwind, into this vortex. And when it stopped, Bob was gone. This is very difficult for me. But I was standing on the porch of what appeared to be a mansion. And the porch, as far as the eye could see in both directions, I looked. It never ended. It just kept on going and going. There were no other people there, except my brother, who was killed by a drunk driver back in 2002. He was standing there, waiting for me. He had a cup of coffee in his hand, and in the other hand, he had a cup of coffee for me. And he said to me, "I bet you didn't think this day was going to come." And he looked so wonderful. I couldn't tell what I looked like. I didn't see myself. But he looked like he was 20 years old. He said, "Come, we've got a lot of catching up to do." And when he said that, a beautiful, beautiful dove, the most beautiful, beautiful creature I've ever seen, came, and it perched itself on the railing of this mansion, this porch. And it sat there as my brother and I talked, and we were going over things that he had missed since his passing, talking about my children and my grandchildren. Then all of a sudden things started to get cloudy, and I was out of focus. I was having a hard time hearing him. And I would say, "Brother, talk louder. Brother, talk louder." And that's when I woke up. And when I woke up, I was laying in bed, and when I realized this was a dream, was so heartbroken. I was disappointed. I wanted to go back there. I knew that I didn't belong here. Even though I love my family, I love my children, and I love my wife, I can't explain that overwhelming amount of love I felt there. I didn't want to come back to this place. I believe the rapture is going to happen. It's going to happen very quickly. I believe we are all going to have our new glorified bodies soon. I believe this dream was to bring me encouragement. This, as my wife just said, a lot of people now are having dreams similar to this. I don't know what the white dove symbolizes, but the dove was so beautiful. If I could picture a bird, a dove smiling, it was just smiling as it listened, as my brother and I reminisced on that great porch of this great mansion. Just wanted to share that with each and every one of you. If anyone wants to discern the dream, feel free to do so in the comments. I love you. Oh, it was very hard for me. The hardest part was waking up. Leave me comments.